is approaching fast. Don't blink. Welcome to the Auto Brief News, broadcasting live from our studio in Switzerland. I'm Amber Light, your resident telemetry architect, digital visionary, and today I am staring at a piece of slate.
And I'm Jim Khana. Keep the shiny side up, mate. I'm the man sitting across the desk wondering why the automotive industry insists on turning motor vehicles into geological exhibits.
It's Wednesday, July 1st, 2026. Welcome to The Studio, where we dissect the engineering and the philosophy of the industry's most significant releases. Today, we are looking at the patriarch of the luxury SUV segment, the car that practically invented the category back in 1999. Straight out of Spartanburg, South Carolina, we are analyzing the brand new 5th generation BMW X5.
Let me correct you right out of the gate, Amber. BMW refuses to call it an SUV. They insist, stubbornly, on calling it an SAV, Sports Activity Vehicle, as if the word activity somehow disguises the fact that it is a hulking, bloated block of flats on wheels.
I wrote a piece on our garage blog this morning titled The Bavarian Superbrain, Inside the BMW iX5 Monolith. Because regardless of how you feel about the form factor, Jim, the software and the electrical architecture underneath this new generation is nothing short of a paradigm shift. It is a localized power grid. But before we attempt to park this near 3-ton behemoth in the studio, let's patch through to our pit wall and hear from our technical partners.
This transmission is brought to you by our partners at mynotespace.com. In an era where your telemetry is stored in a cloud server you can't see, touch, or trust, you need a physical backup. If it isn't written down, it's just a rumor. Keep your data analog at mynotespace.com.
All right, let's boot up the telemetry on the new X5. BMW is offering a genuinely impressive technology-open gambit here. It's the first model from the brand available with 5 different drive systems. You have the 48-volt mild hybrid petrol and diesel straight sixes, the high-performance plug-in hybrids like the M60e, the forthcoming hydrogen fuel cell variant, and the absolute crown jewel of the lineup, the all-electric BMW iX5.
Let's talk about that crown jewel, Amber, because I am looking at the spec sheet for the iX5 60X drive, and the curb weight is listed at 2,900 kilograms, unladen. Throw in a driver, a passenger, and a golden retriever, and you are driving a 3-ton tank. This is exactly why SAVs, infuriate me. They are the antithesis of driving dynamics.
But look at how they are moving that mass. The iX5 features their Gen 6 eDrive technology, utilizing a full 800-volt architecture. They have developed entirely new cylindrical lithium-ion cells that are 46 millimeters in diameter and 120 millimeters high. By switching from prismatic to cylindrical and scaling the height, they increased the volumetric energy density by 20%.
I don't care if the batteries are shaped like Toblerones, Amber. It's still hauling around a massive penalty of physics.
But the physics are optimized. The net energy content of the battery is 141 kilowatt hours. That gives this massive vehicle a WLTP range of up to 845 kilometers. That is 525 miles on a single charge. And because of the 800-volt system, the charging rate peaks at an astonishing 460 kilowatts.
460 kilowatts? Good grief. You're going to dim the streetlights in Munich every time you plug it in.
It's phenomenal. If you pull into a high-power charging station, you can add 350 kilometers of range in exactly 10 minutes. In the time it takes you to check the physical dipstick on your BMW 2002 Tii, the iX5 has inhaled enough energy to cross a national border. And it's not just a receiver of energy, it's a node. The Gen 6 tech includes bidirectional charging, vehicle to load, vehicle to home, and vehicle to grid.
We've seen vehicle to load before, running a coffee maker off your car.
Yes, but the vehicle to grid integration is next level. BMW partnered with E.ON. The car's algorithm actively interacts with the power grid, discharging energy during peak load times and charging when electricity is cheap or solar is abundant. The data shows customers can receive an annual bonus of up to €720 just by leaving the car plugged in. The car is literally paying you to own it.
All right, the grid telemetry is clever. I'll give the Bavarian accountants a point for that. But let's look at how it drives. The iX5 eDrive has 578 horsepower and 805 Newton-meters of torque. It does 0 to 100 in 4.6 seconds. That's rapid. But BMW has named their new driving dynamics software the Heart of Joy. Heart of Joy? Are you joking? Did they hire a wellness guru to program the ECU? It sounds like a Hallmark greeting card, not a performance algorithm.
It's evocative branding, Jim, and the software behind the Heart of Joy is a Superbrain. It integrates the drive system, brakes, steering, charging, and recuperation into a single control unit that processes data 10 times faster than their previous systems. It adjusts the vehicle's dynamics in milliseconds. It's what enables the BMW Soft Stop feature, which perfectly manages recuperative braking down to a complete, jerk-free halt.
I don't want a soft stop. I want to feel the brake pads biting the rotors. They are trying to isolate the driver from every mechanical reality of the road. Look at the steering. It features adaptive chassis control professional with active roll stabilization using 48-volt electric motors on the anti-roll bars. The car is constantly fighting gravity and lateral forces so the driver doesn't spill their macchiato. It's synthetic.
It's composed. They also offer integral active steering, rear wheel steering up to 3.2 degrees to virtually shorten the wheelbase at low speeds. It makes a 5-meter-long SUV maneuver like a hatchback in a parking garage.
And if you still can't park it, the car will do it for you. The press release mentions Maneuver Assistant, which memorizes 200 meters of driving. You can stand 6 meters away with your smartphone and watch the car park itself. Again, if you need AI to park your car, you shouldn't be driving a vehicle that weighs 2.9 tons.
Let's move inside the cabin, because the Neue Klasse influence has completely transformed the interior. This is where I am absolutely fascinated. They have completely eliminated the traditional instrument cluster.
Yes, the BMW panoramic vision. They've turned the bottom of the windscreen into a billboard.
It is an incredibly elegant solution. Instead of looking down at a screen through the steering wheel, the driving information is projected across the entire width of the lower windscreen. It's a multi-sensory HUD, and it's paired with a 17.9-inch central display that features a free-cut design. It literally looks like it's floating in the cabin.
And what about the passenger? Because God forbid someone has to look out the window at the scenery.
The passenger gets their own 14.6-inch screen, perfectly integrated. They can stream video or play games via the Air Console app. But my favorite part is the integrated shield function. The interior camera tracks the driver's eyes, and if the driver glances over at the passenger's movie, the screen automatically dims to prevent distraction. It is a brilliant safety protocol.
It is a rolling cinema. But Amber, let's talk about the material logic you mentioned in your blog. You opened your piece by saying you were looking at a piece of slate.
Yes, BMW is offering real slate as an optional decorative surface on the dashboard and the center console. It is part of their clear and bold interior application. They developed an innovative production process to apply a thin layer of real stone over the base material.
Slate, like a kitchen worktop or a roof tile.
It provides an authentically robust, cool, tactile feel. When you combine the slate with the crystal glass elements, the glass gear selector, the glass volume controls, the glass seat adjustment switches on the doors, the interior feels less like a car and more like a high-end modernist architectural firm in Zurich.
I'll admit, using actual stone and actual glass is better than coating everything in fingerprint magnet piano black plastic. It shows a commitment to material integrity. But they ruined it with the door handles, the BMW winglets.
They are aerodynamically flush.
They are recessed, electrically operated nubs that require the lightest of touches. Amber, if I am in the Alps and my car is covered in a sheet of ice, I don't want a light touch haptic sensor. I want a physical, mechanical handle that I can grab and yank open. The soft closed doors with radar sensors to stop you from opening them into a cyclist are fine, but stop reinventing the door handle.
It's about creating a monolithic exterior presence. The entire design language is about clean, expansive surfaces. The vertically aligned kidney grille with the iconic glow, the new X light icons that combine the headlights and turn signals into a single element. It's incredibly sharp.
It looks like an angry toaster, but I will concede one thing on the powertrain front before you completely dismiss me as a Luddite. The plug-in hybrid M60e xDrive.
Ah, you found the combustion engine.
I did. A 3.0-litre straight-six petrol engine paired with an electric motor built into the 8-speed Steptronic transmission. 612 horsepower, 800 newton-meters of torque. 0 to 100 in 4.5 seconds. And it still gives you 98 kilometers of pure electric range for the city. It proves BMW still knows how to build a proper straight six. And if you really want to talk about the future, the iX5 hydrogen is the most interesting thing in this entire press kit.
The Gen 3 fuel cell technology co-developed with Toyota.
Yes, a 750-kilometer range, and you can refuel it with 7 kilograms of hydrogen in under 5 minutes. No sitting at a charging station for half an hour. No 141 kilowatt-hour battery weighing down the floor pan. It's light, it's fast to refuel, and it's zero emissions. That is the actual future, Amber, not hauling around 3 tons of lithium.
Hydrogen has immense potential, particularly for heavy vehicles, but the infrastructure is lagging far behind the 800-volt electric grid. The BEV X5 is the reality of 2026. Let's ping the telemetry to our audience and fire up the community poll.
Let's see what we are subjecting the helmet mascot to this week.
Every week on our Instagram, represented by our helmet mascot, we pose a highly specific scenario. This week, you are driving the new BMW X5’s xDrive. You are on an unrestricted section of the German Autobahn at midnight. You are cruising at the electronically limited top speed of 210 kilometers per hour. The heart of joy is perfectly managing the adaptive chassis. The BMW panoramic vision is glowing softly across the windshield, and the Slate dashboard is cool to the touch. What 1970s cassette tape is playing through the Bowers & Wilkins Dolby Atmos surround sound system?
If you are hurtling down the Autobahn at 210 kilometers an hour in a monolithic 2.9-ton Bavarian supercomputer, you need a soundtrack that feels vast, heavy, and relentlessly Germanic. I'm choosing Scorpions in Trance. Specifically the title track. It has a heavy, driving rhythm, but with this atmospheric, almost hypnotic vocal delivery. It perfectly suits the isolation and the sheer mass of the vehicle moving through the dark.
That is a dark, heavy choice, Jim. Very fitting for the sheer scale of the X5. However, I am looking at the systemic optimization. The 800-volt architecture, the 10-millisecond processing loop, the pure flow of digital data. I am selecting Kraftwerk's radioactivity.
Kraftwerk. Again. Amber, you are obsessed.
It is the ultimate electronic pioneer album. The pulsing synthetic frequencies are the exact sonic equivalent of pushing 460 kilowatts of DC fast-charging power into a lithium-ion battery. It is clinical, it is precise, and it is entirely futuristic. Let us know what you would be listening to in the comments of our Instagram post.
I swear you just leave Kraftwerk on repeat in your smart loft until your succulents wilt.
It's time to pull down the garage shutters and face the judges. The garage rating. Green light, amber light, or red light. Jim, you've been complaining about the wait for 20 minutes. Let's have it. The new BMW X5 lineup.
I respect the straight six in the M60e. I respect the hydrogen fuel cell variant, but I cannot get past the fundamental philosophy of this vehicle. A car that weighs nearly 3,000 kilograms unladen is an affront to physics. Adding a Superbrain and rear-wheel steering to mask the weight doesn't make it a sports car. It makes it an amusement park ride. The screens are distracting, the doors don't have real handles, and it isolates you completely from the act of driving. For the pure bloat and the digital nanny state of the cabin, I am giving the X5 a massive, glowing red light.
A brutal but entirely predictable verdict from the analog soul. Now for my rating. I wrote the blog praising the Bavarian Superbrain. The software integration is an absolute triumph. The 800-volt charging curve, the 141 kilowatt-hour density, the panoramic vision HUD, and the use of authentic Slate materials. It is all brilliant engineering.
Ah, I sense a however approaching.
However, you are not entirely wrong about the physics, Jim. As a digital strategist who values the elegant solution, utilizing this level of advanced, highly efficient technology to propel a vehicle with the aerodynamic frontal area of a barn and the weight of a small moon feels contradictory. The software is brilliant, but the form factor is inherently inefficient. Because of that clash between brilliant tech and bloated packaging, I am giving the BMW X5 an amber light.
An amber light from amber light. So even the digital architect thinks it's too fat. That is a victory for the analog world.
Don't gloat, Jim. The technology inside this car will eventually trickle down into a lightweight sedan, and then you will have nothing left to complain about. That wraps up this episode of The Studio. You can read my full blog post, The Bavarian Superbrain, and explore the full telemetry of the BMW X5 in our garage archive at theautobrief.news.
And be sure to sign up for our Friday newsletter, The Telegram. I'll be writing a detailed editorial on why the physical dipstick was the greatest invention of the 20th century.
I'm Amber Light, the